This is actually one of the cards in my class, my designer tags class. So like we said earlier, the class uses the designer tags and the Happy Labels stamp set. And if you want to add these onto your class, you absolutely can. So, okay, so I've got a 5.5 by 8.5 inch piece of Orchid Oasis. And I'm going to fold that in half. And then I have a piece of the designer series paper. Like I said, these papers are all on sale, so it's 60% off. So you get the whole pack for $4.80. The Glimmer paper is also 60% off, also $4.80. We've got the matte dots that are 50% off for $4. Pearls, 50% off for $3. You're going to get half a roll of each of the gold and silver ribbon, and then you're going to get a couple yards of the in color twine. So those are the colors of everything that we're using. You're also going to get a piece of chipboard that comes out of our designer series papers, and you're going to cut yourself a little butterfly out of that. This is one of the dies in the set, so you'll cut that out yourself, and we're going to use that here in a minute to decorate the inside of the card. So we're going to add our designer series paper to the front. So we'll just add some adhesive here. Also have, I cut 2 strips off of the Orchid Oasis ombre or Orchid Oasis paper, the glitter paper. Here it is. And so I cut 2 pieces like from the corner here. These are both 1 1/4 by 4. Then I also have a strip of the same designer series paper, 2.5 by 6 for the envelope. This DSP is 3 by 5.5. All right, and then we have a 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside. And then we have a stitched circle, or a stylish circle, I should say. And this is about, that is a piece of tape stuck on. I think it's about 2.5 inches. It's slightly larger than 2.5 inches, but that's okay. All right, and then we also have some other pieces. So we have this tag here that is cut out of Starry Sky. This is the long skinny tag that's in the set. I have a piece of the Parakeet Party that I have die cut the flourishy leafy piece out of, also in the die set. Here's our butterfly again. I cut that out of the Orchid Oasis Glimmer paper. And then I have a little tiny square of the Orchid Oasis Glimmer paper cut from this light corner, because I'm going to add that underneath this opening so that it will show up. And as you can see, I have already stamped that and embossed it and everything. So I took the little hello image, the sentiment, out of the Happy Label stamp set. I inked it up in Versamark. After I ran my embossing buddy over this, I inked it up in Versamark. I stamped it. I covered it with white embossing powder, and then I heat set it with my heat tool. And that is how I got my little sentiment piece. So I am going to take these 2 pieces first of all, and I am going to cut them. I'm going to flag the end. So I like to take my scissors and go straight up the middle, and then it might be easier on the back side here to see, and then come from the corner up to that cut, and from this corner up to that cut also. Okay, and then to mimic this, I can just layer these 2 together, and then I can just bring my scissors from the corner up to the middle, and on this side from the corner up to the middle. Okay, and then we have, there we go. What die set is for the tag? Everything that's die cut except the circle comes out of the designer tags set. So you've got the little skinny tag here that I did the sentiment on. We've got the butterfly. We've got the little flourishy piece. And then this tag here, this large tag, I just used on my gift box that I just made. This is the large tag out of this set right there. And then, of course, in the class, we'll be using some of the other tags as well. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do some assembly here. So I'm going to add my 2 banners to the card. So I'm going to add my glue to them. And I'm going to put one about like that. And then the other one we'll put next to it. Slightly lower and slightly angled. Okay. There we go. Let that set for a second. We're going to bring in our little circle and we're going to attach our little light piece of glimmer paper. So you can see the glimmer paper is ombre. So I obviously cut the butterfly from down here at the bottom, and then I cut this little piece up at the top. And so I'm going to add just a little bit of glue around this little flowery thing here. And then we're going to add our little piece of paper so that the light will show through. Isn't that fun? All right, so I'm going to add this to the top here. Actually, I'm going to use dimensionals. Okay, so we'll add a few dimensionals to this. And then we'll just kind of add this across our circle, about like so. We're going to add our little flourishy piece here. So I'm just going to throw a little bit of glue on here. Okay. And we'll add our little spriggy leaves. And then I'm going to add my butterfly. And I might be able to do this with a dimensional. If I position it really, yeah, that worked out. And then I'll just stamp. I'll add my butterfly. And then we're going to bring the card back in. Okay, so let's add this to the card. And then we have our little bit of twine. And like I said, you'll all get a little bit of twine in your kit if you order it, and you should, because it's an amazing. And then I did a double bow, so I just kind of took, I don't know, about 10 inches doubled over or so. And then I just tie my bows like this. I just take and make a loop, do another, pull it through, and then I cut everything. And then I end up with this cute little bow here. And I am going to attach that with a glue dot. So we'll get a glue dot exposed here and add it. And then I'm going to stick it right here in this little hole on the die, or on the die cut, I guess I should say. There we go. Thanks, Willie. She said my card is really cute. I know, it really is. Okay, so this is the front of the card. So cute. And this is, like I said, this is one of the cards that's in the class. So if you order the class, this is one of the cards you'll get to make. You'll actually make 2 of them, because my class is 8 cards, 2 each of 4 designs. So then we're going to bring in this little guy here. And I'm going to stamp another sentiment. So on the front, we have hello. And then on the inside, we're going to have this little fun stamp that says, you are my happy place. And I'm going to stamp that a little bit off to the right. Hopefully it's straight. Okay, so I've got some Orchid Oasis ink. And we have this piece of chipboard. This comes out of our designer series paper. Like I said, I'll give you a chunk of this in your kit. Otherwise, if you're just copying my card, awesome. Get yourself a piece, and we're going to stick this on here. And you can see that I have a little bit of the sentiment showing. We're going to add some ink here. So I've got my mini brush. Wait a minute. Is this? Yeah, this is Orchid. And we're going to hold that in place. And we're going to add a light layer of Orchid in here. Okay. So there we go. A little bit light. Then we're going to put the butterfly in. Okay. So it should just plop right in there because it came out of there to begin with. So we'll add that back in, add a little ink, and then go a little bit ham. So you're actually pressing a little harder so that you can get the ink into those little holes. Okay. All right, and then hold the other side and do the same thing. And I feel like I'm getting ink in some of these holes and not in the others. We'll try. We'll get it. There we go. I'm just kind of tapping it into my pad, and now I'm just kind of tapping it onto. There it is. So that's look what we did. We just made a really super cute and thing for the inside, and we didn't really have to do anything special. And of course, you'll just reuse that for your second card. So let's go ahead and add this to the inside of our card. And then I do have a couple things I need to add to the outside that I almost forgot about. All right. Isn't that cute? That every time I do that, I just get excited. Okay, so we're going to bring in the gems, and we're going to use one of these tiny green ones. Where is my take your pick tool? I had it out. No, I don't know where it is. Oh, I found it. Okay. So I want this little tiny guy right here to go right in the center of this little flowery piece. Oh, now I'm going to need to... There. Okay. So I've got that there. And then I thought we might add... Oh, do we want to add that, or do we want to add these? Let's just see. Maybe we'll add these, the Orchid Oasis ones. Because why not? We can do whatever we want. It's our card. I'm going to put that, and then maybe one of these tiny ones, like right there. Yes, 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 I'm very happy with that. Okay, then we have one final thing to do. We need to do our envelope, because we don't want any naked envelopes in these classes. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue here. I'm glad you guys are liking this. I really was happy with this when I made this card. I was really happy. So then all you have to do is cut off the excess. And if you're like me, you'll probably take some of the envelope with you. No problem. Who's going to know that you cut off the envelope? Literally no one. Okay. That is your card. One of the projects for my designer tags class. So if you want to purchase that, you can with the link in the description of this video, and I'd appreciate it very much.